2018 and beyond.
Republicans insist their tax cuts will fuel the economy and help Americans of all income levels.
The massacre of more than 300 worshippers at a mosque at Egypt's Sinai crossed a new line, even by the brutal standards of the Islamic State group. That could be a sign that the extremists are trying to make up for the loss of their caliphate in Iraq and Syria, or that an even more ultra-extremist faction is rising in power. The latest crime report for Western Carolina University shows an increase in some violent crimes on or near campus. The report says rape, aggravated assault, arson, stalking, and liquor violations are all up from 2015 to 2016. What the numbers don't reveal, according to WCU Police Chief Ernie Hudson, is whether crime is increasing or the reporting of crime is up. He tells WLOS News,
"We're doing a lot of things proactively. My department alone does somewhere between 150 and 180 programs a year."
The Onslow County Sheriff's Office and the FBI announced early Saturday that an arrest has been made in connection with the disappearance of 3-year-old Mariah Woods. Earl Kimry, 32, was taken into custody by investigators at the Onslow County Sheriff's Office on Friday. The little girl is believed to be dead. You're listening to NCN News.
Wells Fargo has just posted hundreds of jobs with immediate openings across the state. No matter where you live in North Carolina, Wells Fargo has opportunities in your area. From the coast to the mountains, big cities and small towns, Wells Fargo and ncjobsnow.com can help you start a career in banking where you want to live. And whether you're looking to stay local or move within North Carolina, Wells Fargo has careers available to you. Visit ncjobsnow.com today and search and apply for your next opportunity.
We've seen a tug of war in North Carolina. The new governor on one side, the General Assembly on the other side, judges playing referee in case after case. To keep up with the latest news on the power struggle in Raleigh, look to Carolina Journal. Available each month as a free newspaper and every day with updated stories at carolinajournal.com. Carolina Journal is your go-to source for government news that affects you. Visit carolinajournal.com today.
CBS's Jim Shenevy tells us why a Waffle House customer had to make his own breakfast.
Alex Bowen admitted on his Facebook post that he was slightly inebriated when he stopped by the Waffle House in West Columbia, South Carolina, looking for a late-night snack. But everyone in the restaurant was asleep. That's when he got behind the grill and made his own food, a double Texas bacon cheesesteak with extra pickles. He posted selfies along the way and even cleaned the grill when he was done. He says he also returned later to pay for the sandwich and posted proof of that on Facebook, a shot of him smiling with a Waffle House employee. Jim Shenevy, CBS News.
North Carolina was hardly the first state to authorize taxpayer-funded scholarships and grants for children to attend private schools, but it's becoming one of the most prolific. GOP lawmakers have approved 3 such initiatives since 2013. Under the most recent, approved last summer, parents of children with disabilities could receive $9,000 annually on a debit card to pay for private school tuition, educational therapies, or certain equipment. Nearly a decade after the recession began, Christmas tree aficionados are feeling the pinch. A nationwide Christmas tree shortage is the result of farmers planting fewer trees when demand plummeted in 2008 or going out of business altogether. Bill Glenn is with the State Farmers Market in Asheville and tells SFNtoday.com.
We aren't out yet in North Carolina for sure. We have Christmas trees at farmers markets, at garden centers, retail lots, chain stores, grocery stores all over the state.
Big Bang Theory star Kaylee Cuoco is getting married to her boyfriend Carl Cook. Cook posted a video on his Instagram account Thursday of a tearful Cuoco flashing a diamond ring on her finger and shouting, "We're engaged." Thursday was Cuoco's 32nd birthday. The 26-year-old Cook is a professional equestrian and the son of Intuit co-founder Scott Cook. Alyssa Vale.
24/7 WCAB is serving the foothills of the Carolinas. Learn more about us at www.wcab59.com.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. In the end, just one Republican voted no, the Senate passing its trillion-dollar tax bill in the wee hours of the morning. ABC's Maggie Rulli with more.
Dubbed the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, the plan includes a huge tax cut for big corporations. Republicans say the benefits will trickle down and ultimately help the middle class. But Democrats are not buying it. Nonpartisan agencies say the new tax plan will give big tax cuts to those earning more than $100,000 a year. But for Americans earning less than $75,000, most can expect to pay more in the next 10 years.
Former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn pleaded guilty Friday to lying to the FBI about his talks with Russia. The retired general cut a deal and is now cooperating in the special counsel's investigation into possible Russian ties with the Trump campaign. ABC's Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas says Flynn now faces hours of interrogations.
Mueller wants to know, did Trump campaign officials and White House advisors know about any contacts with the Russians to impact the election? Those transition advisors face the possibility of being called before a grand jury. And if they've already been interviewed, they better have told the truth.
The plea came months after Flynn had already been under investigation and his ouster from the White House, the president said, for lying to Vice President Mike Pence about his talks with Russia's ambassador.
Flynn's confidant says Flynn's extremely angry at the White House that he was going broke with crippling legal fees and made this deal for his family. His son, Michael Jr., had also been under investigation, but he was not charged.
ABC's chief investigative correspondent Brian Ross reporting. Pope Francis is on his way back to Rome, that after his last stop on his Asia tour. In Bangladesh Saturday, Pope Francis met with the Sisters of Charity. He was also treated to a dance performance in the capital of Dhaka before he left. The Pope, also earlier this week, was in Myanmar. You're listening to ABC News.
Hair Club has an incredible free offer for our listeners. Stay tuned. Whether you're just starting to lose your hair or you've lost a lot, now is the time to take control and do something about it. To get your free hair loss guide and a free hair analysis when you schedule a complimentary no-obligation consultation, call 800-376-2981. That's 800-376-2981. With more than 40 years proven experience and over 500,000 lives transformed, we at Hair Club are the trusted hair loss experts, offering all proven surgical, non-surgical, and hair regrowth solutions. Plus, call now. When you come in for your consultation for a limited time, you'll even get a set of free hair care products, especially formulated for thinning hair. Call 800-376-2981. That's 800-376-2981 to receive a free hair loss guide and schedule a free hair analysis to receive your free hair care products when you come in for your consultation. Call now.
Officials say the Florida teenager who ran off with a high school soccer coach over the last weekend has been found in New York State. Both Caitlin Frazina and Ryan Rodriguez are being detained in Syracuse, New York. Sheriff Mark Hunter of Columbia County, Florida, says he talked to Frazina's parents, who say they're elated to hear she's okay.
They'll be traveling up there to reunite with her and bring her back home, and hopefully then they can start the healing process.
The 17-year-old climbed out of her bedroom window, police say, Saturday to be with the 27-year-old Rodriguez, who is said to be cooperating with authorities. In Vermont, police say a retirement community resident concocted a poison and then used neighbors as guinea pigs.
Investigators say 70-year-old Betty Miller harvested 30 to 40 castor beans from plants growing at Wake Robins Senior Living Facility in Burlington and made 2 to 3 tablespoons of the poison ricin twice in her kitchen. According to a criminal complaint, Miller told an FBI agent she wanted to injure herself and was testing the poison's effectiveness by putting it in the food and drinks of other residents at the facility. The health department said Friday that it became aware of one person who likely became ill with ricin poisoning, but said no one else is currently ill. In court Friday, a federal judge noted that Miller had a lengthy mental health history but did not elaborate. Todd Ant, ABC News.
Wall Street took investors on a wild ride Friday as stock indexes veered into a steep slide that knocked 350 points off the Dow before it made up those losses. This is ABC News.
It's an era of politics like we've never seen before. I'm ABC News Chief White House Correspondent Jonathan Karl. Join me on my podcast, Powerhouse Politics. We go beyond the headlines of the day with in-depth interviews, talking to the people shaping our political landscape. And of course, we leave room for the ABC reporters on the front lines. It's Powerhouse Politics with me, Jonathan Karl. Check it out on iTunes or abcnewspodcast.com.
Michelle.
Have you noticed what's going on at Oakland Feed and Seed? Cheapest price in town on propane refills. 20-pound cylinder $11.99, forklift cylinder $17.99, and the 100-pound cylinder is $55.99. Whole corn $6.99 for the 50-pound bag. 10-10-10 fertilizer $9.50 for the 50-pound bag. 17-17-17 just $12.50 for the 50-pound bag. Check with Oakland Feed and Seed for all prices. You'll find them the cheapest around. It's a generational thing. Your dad and your dad's dad shopped at Oakland Feed and Seed. Oakland Road, Spindale, locally owned and operated.
We'll have a slim chance of a sprinkle or two as an upper-level disturbance moves through before midday today. Otherwise, it'll be mostly cloudy to cloudy overall. Maybe some partly sunny areas later this afternoon. We'll have highs around 51 to 56. Then tonight, variably cloudy and chilly. We may have some pockets of low cloudiness with lows in the upper 30s to low 40s. On Sunday, we'll turn mostly sunny and a good deal warmer as highs reach about 60 to 65. I'm meteorologist Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
And as we take a look at the extended weather forecast, expect partly sunny skies Monday, a high Monday afternoon around 60. Then we have about a 50 to 60% chance of showers in the picture Tuesday night, and Wednesday. Otherwise, cloudy on Tuesday, a high near 62, a low Tuesday night around 46, and then mostly cloudy with a low around 32 on Wednesday night. Wednesday, by the way, mostly cloudy otherwise, a high around 55. Sunshine returns toward the end of the week. On Thursday, partly sunny, a high of 47. And then sunshine on Friday, but quite a bit cooler. A good 20 degrees cooler than this week. Afternoon high of 45 expected next Friday. We have cloudy skies across Rutherford County this morning. Current temperature reading in Rutherfordton of 52. 52 degrees. Saturday morning, December 2nd. Good night for the Tar Heels. College basketball action. Tar Heels defeated Davidson last night 85 to 75. They'll be back in action on the court tomorrow afternoon as they go up against Tulane. A countdown to tip-off here on the radio starting at 12:30 for the broadcast time tomorrow afternoon. Tar Heels college basketball. Couple of games of interest from last night. High school football playoffs continued. The Western Regional Finals. In 1A action, that is, it was number 2, Cherokee, knocking off top-seeded Mitchell by a score of 42 to 28. That means that Cherokee has advanced to the state championship game next Saturday. They'll face the number 1 seed out of the East, North Duplin. In 2A action, it was top-seeded Reedsville, knocking off number 2 seed Mountain Heritage by a score of 27 to 20. Reedsville now advances to the 2A state championship next Saturday against number 5 out of the East, Wallace Rose Hill. And Shelby's streak came to an end last night. The Golden Lions will not be going after a state championship this year. In 2AA action, it was number 2 seed Lenore Highbrighton defeating number 8 seed Shelby 19 to 7. And that means Highbrighton will play for the state championship. They'll be hosting or be up against top-seeded East Duplin from the East next Saturday. And one other team from the West still alive in 3AA action. It was number 2 seed Asheville A.C. Reynolds holding off 12 seed Sun Valley 28 to 25. Rockets advance to the state title game next weekend. They will face number 2 seed out of the East, New Hanover. It's time now to take a look at this morning's obituary announcements. And this morning, I have 3 obituaries to report. Dr. John Lewis Scalaric of Rutherfordton passed away on Wednesday. He was a native of Michigan, attended the University of Michigan at Ann Arbor, received his bachelor's degree and his MD in 1973. He then completed surgery training at Vanderbilt University in Nashville, where he was awarded the Harwell Wilson Award for Surgical Excellence. He came to Rutherford County in 1978, practiced surgery with Rutherford Surgical Associations for 34 years. He also worked for Rutherford Wound Care and Hyperbarics and was instrumental in bringing wound care to Rutherford County. Dr. Skolaric was a faithful member of the Immaculate Conception Roman Catholic Church in Forest City, where he was also a lector. Left to cherish his memory, his wife, Kathy Skolaric, two sons, Joshua Skolaric, his wife Anna of Charlotte, Chad Skolaric, his wife Brittany of Greenville, South Carolina, and a daughter, Hope Grekus, her husband Michael of Roswell, Georgia. One stepson, Greg Alley of Rutherfordton, also 9 grandchildren listed among the survivors. He is also survived by his twin brother, Dr. James Skolaric of Honolulu, Hawaii. His brothers, Dr. Richard Skolaric of Blaine, Washington, Lawrence Skolaric of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, his stepsisters, Regina Goldsboro of Rockville, Maryland, and Margaret Walton of St. Louis, Missouri. Funeral service will be held at the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church today, beginning at 11 a.m. Burial will be private for the family. In lieu of flowers, donations may be made to the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church in Forest City. Online condolences are available at crowmortuary.com. Crow's Mortuary is serving the family of Dr. John Skolaric of Rutherfordton. 70-year-old Mr. Stanley Paul McDaniel, the husband of Ellen Cook McDaniel of Ellington Heights, passed away Tuesday at his residence. Mr. McDaniel was a native of Rutherford County. In addition to his wife, he is also blessed with a loving family that includes his children, Laura McDaniel Taylor, Jim and Paul McDaniel, 3 grandchildren, 2 great-grandchildren, brothers and sisters, Dolores Harden, Reggie McDaniel, Nancy Jackson, Teresa Ledbetter, Cora Willis, and Joanne Goforth. A memorial service will be held this afternoon, beginning at 2 o'clock at the Spencer Baptist Church in Spindale. Visitation will be held prior to the service from 1 until 2 o'clock at the church. The family is requesting the donations be made to the Spencer Baptist Church Building Fund. Online condolences may be made at crowmortuary.com. Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Mr. Stanley Paul McDaniel. 94-year-old Mr. Brian B. L. Baston of Rutherfordton died Tuesday at Hospice of the Carolina Foothills. He was a native of Wake County, member of the First United Methodist Church in Rutherfordton, a U.S. Army veteran serving during World War II, and a retired North Carolina Highway Patrol officer. Mr. Baston also served as Chief of Police for the town of Rutherfordton, Rutherford County EMS Director, was a member of the Rutherfordton Masonic Lodge. Left to cherish his memory, his daughters, Sharon Tomlin, her husband Tony of Spindale, Lynn Vinson, husband Jim of Raleigh. 4 grandchildren, 5 great-grandchildren, also listed among the survivors. Funeral service will be held tomorrow afternoon, beginning at 1 o'clock at the Montland Memorial Park Chapel of Memories on South Wilmington Street in Raleigh. In lieu of flowers, memorials may be made to the First United Methodist Church in Rutherfordton. Online condolences may be made at crowmortuary.com. Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Mr. Brian B.L. Baston of Rutherfordton. That is a look at our Saturday morning obituary announcements. Momentarily, I'll be heading to the telephone, and we'll check in with local law enforcement agencies and our own team of reporters from throughout the area as we find out what's been happening overnight and what's in store for the weekend.
The entire team at Crow's Funeral Home and Cremation Services can help you with options available. They will help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved one. During this time, it's important to turn to someone you can trust and depend on. Crow's Mortuary and Crow's Mortuary and Crematory has a long history of trust and dependability. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory. That's 286-2304.
Hello, this is Phyllis with Loveless Financial Group. Christmas is that special time when we remember. I remember that special time when all of the sisters and their families would come to Mama and Daddy's. We always came on Christmas Day. Turkey, dressing, ham biscuits, and Mama's coconut cake. From the time I was a little girl, Mama had a nativity set that always had a place of importance in our home. Then there came the time when I must make my own traditions. Cooking for the family has always been special. For me, over 30 years ago, I bought a beautiful ceramic nativity set. When I place it in my home, I remember the faithfulness of our Lord Jesus. It wouldn't be Christmas without the music. Remember, God wrote the song. What can I bring to Him this Christmas, who has done so much for me? I will give Him my time, my life, and I will give Him all that He requires of me. I will adore Him forever. I hope as you prepare for Christmas, you will make room for Jesus. Our churches need you, and I know what a blessing it is to be a part of God's family of believers. So from Loveless Financial Group, Al, Lynn, and myself, we wish for you and your family a blessed Christmas and a prosperous New Year. This is Phyllis saying Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye for now.
Well, thank you, Phyllis. It is 17 minutes past 7 o'clock. Let's check in at the Rutherford County Sheriff's Department this morning. Officer King is on duty. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing today?
Well, doing pretty good and getting ready for a big weekend.
Yes, sir.
What's been happening at the Sheriff's Department?
In the past 24 hours, the Sheriff's Office responded to 167 calls for service. There were 10 arrests processed in the jail, and the jail currently has 197 people incarcerated. On our incident reports, Sandra Davis from Ragtown Road in Forest City reported an incident of fraud. Dale Warner from Highway 6474A in Rutherford reported injury to property. Callaway Industrial Services reported an incident of felony larceny that occurred on Highway 221A in Mooresboro, larceny of a utility trailer. Gretchen Troll from Walls Church Road in Ellenboro reported an incident of fraud. On our arrest reports, Rodney Brown from Boston Sunshine Highway in Boston was arrested and charged with possession of a stolen vehicle and a fictitious tag, received a $15,000 secured bond. Kenneth Harris from Debbie Lane in Rutherfordton was arrested and charged with possession of a Schedule 3 controlled substance, misdemeanor possession of a Schedule 6 controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, no operator's license, and a fictitious tag. He received a $6,000 secured bond. A Carol Richard from Mariah School Road in Kaiser was served with a order for arrest for habitual felon, received a $10,000 unsecured bond. Julie Givens from Hill Street Extension in Mooresboro was served with a failure to appear on a misdemeanor, received a $25,000 secured bond. And a Antonio Dupree Jefferson, no address listed, was served with a warrant for interfere with an electronic monitor device, and he received a $20,000 secured bond. And that's all we have for today.
And we do appreciate the report this morning. Hope you have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too, Jay.
Okay, thanks.
Bye-bye.
20 minutes past 7, we have 53 degrees in Rutherfordton. Well, folks in this part of the South love to do business with local home folks, folks who grew up here, folks who invested in their business here, folks who raised their families here, folks who live close by and will remember and take care of you even after the sale. That's probably some of the reasons why Gerald, Lynn, Clayton, Tony have done so well at Southern Carpet in Forest City over the years. Well, in addition to offering quality materials and workmanship, since 1993, the Tonys have set out to be the best they can be in the carpet and floor covering business. Above board with all transactions, always giving an honest and a fair deal. They offer free estimates, expert installation, and when Clayton joined the business, he had that same work ethic to work hard, to treat people fair, to sell good merchandise at good prices. That's the reason for the success behind Southern Carpet and Floor Covering, 1512 West Main Street in Forest City. You'll find them directly across the road from the North State Gas Company. And be sure to look up their website online at southerncarpet.net. You'll also find Southern Carpet on Facebook. When you do, be sure to click on the thumbs up and give them another like, as so many people have already done. Gerald, Lynn, Clayton, Tony, great folks to know, great folks to do business with. Southern Carpet, 1512 West Main Street in Forest City.
It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide daycare services for an aging parent or loved one. Rutherford Life Care can be just what you're looking for. Rutherford Life Care offers adults a safe and fun place during the day for medical monitoring, nutritional meals, and daily activities. Rutherford Life is licensed by the state of North Carolina Division of Aging. Call them today and let them answer questions you may have. That's 288-1697, 288-1697. Rutherford Life offers a staff of professionals who show the love and compassion that you entrust your loved ones to. That's Rutherford Life Care Services, located on Thunder Road, Spindale. Again, that phone number is 288-1697.
Well, thank you, Jim. That is the voice of Jim Bishop, who's here in the Blue Room each and every weekday morning to get your day started. It's time now to move along to the Rutherford County Sheriff's Department 911 Communications Center, and Carrie is on duty this morning. Good morning, Carrie.
Good morning.
And what do you have to report from 911?
In the past 24 hours, Rutherford County Sheriff's Office 911 Communications has processed 505 911 administrative calls. EMS had 26, Rescue had 10. Under law enforcement, Sheriff's Office had 167, Forest City 92, Lake Lure 13, Rutherford 26, Spindale 40. Under fire calls, Forest City responded to a motor vehicle accident. Hudlow responded to a structure fire assisted by Rutherfordton and Spindale. Rutherfordton responded to a motor vehicle accident. SEO responded to a vehicle fire. Spindale responded to a motor vehicle accident, and that was all.
And we do appreciate the update this morning. Hope you have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, thanks, Carrie. That's Carrie on duty this morning at the 911 Communications Center. Family Resources of Rutherford County is proud to announce another beautiful Christmas home tour ready for display. The lovely home of Bill and Leslie Sayer will be opened for an annual holiday tour today from 3 till 8 p.m. and tomorrow afternoon from 1 until 5. Admission $10 in advance, $12 at the door. Advance tickets are available at Smith's Drug, Vassey's in Spindale, and Mi Pueblito in Rutherfordton. All of the tours will meet at the Welcome Center in Rutherfordton at 108 Maple Street. Proceeds from the tours benefit the Path Shelter, the Clara Allen Family Center, and Noah's House. If you'd like to find out more, you can call 247-1440. That's 247-1440. extension 1.
It's that time of year again for the 3rd annual Farm Day at Towns Tax Store, located at 661 Big Island Road, Forest City. Enjoy store-wide sales all day, and local artisans will be conducting demos. Many horse and carriage demos will be in the arena, free food and drinks, door prizes, and lots of fun. So mark your calendar for this Saturday, December 2nd, beginning at 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. Come join the fun and get your Christmas shopping done early. We'll see you at Towns Tax Store, Saturday, December 2nd.
Paralyzed Veterans of America, National Service Officers.
We've got an entire generation of men and women who have seen war. They're going to need voices.
Paralyzed Veterans of America represents them.
Changing lives, building futures. That's Paralyzed Veterans of America. To learn more, visit pva.org. A public service message from Paralyzed Veterans of America.
Okay, it is 26 minutes past 7. We have 53 degrees in Rutherfordton this morning. Made a call up to Fairfield Community, Rumbling Bold Golf and Beach Resort, and Homer is off this weekend, so we'll have no update this morning. Everything is quiet, though. I did find out up at Rumbling Bold Golf and Beach Resort, evidently somebody brand new on duty, and he was a little bit hesitant, a little bit shy to visit with us here on the radio. We'll have to give him some lessons from Steve and Homer and maybe even Gary Wilson to bring him up to speed about how to do our morning report here on WCAB. Can be a bit intimidating, I guess, if you are not used to it. And you're like, oh my, you're going to put me on the air? Have me talk to thousands of people and I'm brand new on the job? And yeah, that can be a bit intimidating, I suppose. 27 minutes now, past 7 o'clock. We'll check in with Sue Price next. She is over in the Cherry Mountain Fire District. That's over near Sunshine, Bostic, Golden Valley. Sue is coming up next.
Your car only needs one place to prepare for the cooler months ahead. RS Speedy Lube, Railroad Avenue, Ruth. RS Express Inspection Station can get you back on the road and keep you legal. RS Speedy Lube Station has 2 lanes to get you in and out in no time. They carry wiper blades and will rotate your tires. Complete car care altogether, including transmission flush and car wash. Count on Chris and his team to take care of all your car needs. Make it your first stop. RS Speedy Lube Service Center, Railroad Avenue in Ruth.
Minutes past 7 o'clock, and as promised, we're going to make our connections this morning with Sue Price. Good morning, Sue.
Good morning. It's a nice morning over here.
It's very mild this morning.
It is. I started out at 51 this morning. That's a big raise from what we have had.
Yeah, just wait until next week.
Oh, I know. Gonna be like winter time, and it's time for that. So we'll have to just face it and enjoy it. Well, let's see. I have no calls from the fire department. I guess they've been quiet. That's a good thing. And on my calendar, I've not got anything on my church calendar for today or tomorrow. On my personal calendar today, I've got Reese Settle, so I hope she's going to have a really good birthday today. And Fairview didn't have anything today. Tomorrow, they got an anniversary for Wade and Angela Owens. So I hope they'll have a good day. First Sprout's got a birthday today from Margaret McFarland. Happy birthday, Margaret. I hope you're going to have a good one. And let's see, nothing for tomorrow. And in my announcements, tonight is the soup and chili supper up at the Golden Valley Community Club, 4:30 until. It's donations only, and the proceeds will go to projects for the clubhouse. So come on out and enjoy a good soup and chili supper. It'll taste good on a cool night. the Community Blood Center of the Carolinas is going to be doing a blood drive at Golden Valley Community Club. That's Monday, December the 11th. Time is 3:30 to 6:30. And they'd like for you to make an appointment. If you could, please call Ron at 828-248-3782. They like to have an idea of how many is going to come, so they know how many workers to send up to take care of it and get people in and out quicker. And I believe that's the only announcements I have. It's just quiet and calm over this way. Looking for a good day and a good weekend, and I hope you'll have one, Jay.
I hope you do as well. Are you all ready for Christmas to get here?
I'm ready for it to get here.
Wow.
It'll be here and gone before we know it, won't it?
Oh, then do you realize it's going to be 2018?
I know. These months are really passing by in a hurry.
Yeah, it seems like, though, you just turn around from Thanksgiving and then, wow, Christmas is right there.
I know. They say, well, they've already started putting up decorations, but before you know it, they'll be taking them down in the houses and places. It just comes and goes so quick.
Yeah.
I love to see the decorations.
Oh, yeah, all the lights and, yep, always looks really pretty.
Yeah, all our towns are pretty.
Yeah, I think our small towns around here, I think we do better than some of the larger cities.
I do too.
So,
I do too.
It has more of that small town Christmas feel too.
Yeah.
Well, Sue, hope you and Richard have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you again real soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, thanks, Sue. That's Sue Price. She's over in the Cherry Mountain Fire District, over near Bostic, Sunshine, and Golden Valley. Gilbert Talks Taxes. He is back on the airwaves, and he will be here live in the studios this morning at 8 o'clock. I don't know if he'll have any information about the new tax bill that was just passed last night. That's kind of hot off the press. And, of course, it has not cleared the House, has not gotten past the president's desk. We'll have to ask him when he gets here this morning if he has any information about the details within that new tax bill that was approved late last night, early this morning. Gilbert Talks Taxes, 8 o'clock this morning, right here on WCAB.
Stop into Save-A-Lot Grocery and save big money every day. Choose from a variety of name brand merchandise at incredible low prices. Save big on fresh meats, vegetables, pastries, frozen foods, deli items, and so much more. They are located in the White Oaks Plaza in Spindale. Hours are Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. until 9 p.m. and Sunday, 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. That's Save-A-Lot Grocery Store in the White Oaks Plaza in Spindale.
The Recliner Center is happy to introduce new styles of Spring Air mattresses. Some come with the cool gel that you're going to love. Remember the days when you could flip your mattress? Well, Spring Air is now offering the flippable mattress. Check out these for a really great night's sleep. The Recliner Center is needing to make room for some new styles of lift chairs, recliners, and sofas, and you're going to get some special deals on the floor models and extra inventory in the store. Now, you always know you get the best deals in town at the Recliner Center, and now's the best time to go shopping. Check on the inventory of new recliners, sofas, and lift chairs coming in. Now, some of the styles have a new water-repellent fabric. Water beads up instead of soaking into the fabric. Leave it to the Recliner Center to offer you the best choices and best prices. Ask to see the new wall hugger style furniture. Hours are Wednesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturday 9 to 2. The Recliner Center on Cooper's Gap Road in Rutherfordton.
AM 590 WCAB, it is 25 minutes before 8 o'clock, 52 degrees here at the radio studios. It's kind of been moving back and forth between 53, 52, 53. Now it's back at 52. We'll be up around 58. It looks like quite a few clouds today. Not much in the way of sunshine. Tomorrow should improve quite a bit with sunny skies and a high of 63. Once again this morning, looks like I've dropped down to 52 on our thermometer here on Whiteside Road in Rutherfordton. Coming up next, I will make a call to Union Mills and check in with Brenda Kelly. She is on the way.
Washburn Dorsey Funeral Home, along with McMahon's Funeral Home and Paget and King Mortuary, invite you to a free screening of the movie Honor Flight, a documentary depicting the travel of 4 World War II veterans to the nation's capital to the World War II Veterans Memorial. The movie will be shown at 1 o'clock Tuesday, January 16th at the Retro Cinema 4 in Forest City. To reserve your seat for you and a guest, please call one of the sponsoring funeral homes during regular business hours, Monday through Friday, or with any questions concerning the showing of the movie Honor Flight.
Get the first weather forecast every morning at 6:05 here on AM 59 WCAB Rutherfordton.
Thanks, Lou. 24 minutes before 8 now, as promised, live and direct from Union Mills. It's time for Brenda Kelly. Good morning, Brenda.
Good morning. How are you doing on this super Saturday?
It is a super cloudy Saturday.
It is. It's so cloudy. It's normally by this time the sun's done coming up and looking, shining in my face here looking out the kitchen window, but it's not this morning.
No, it looks like it's going to be cloudy most of the day. It's not going to be too cool. Temperature up around 58.
I know. I've been just really thankful for all these warm temperatures we've been having, but it's fixing to come to an end.
Yeah, wait until the middle of next week, and then it drops.
Yeah. We'll have to pull out the boots and the scarves and the toboggans and the heavy coats and gloves and everything else.
Yeah, it's getting to be that time of the year.
Oh, yeah. And this is the second day of December, and little as you think about it, it won't be, about 20 more days till the days will start getting longer?
Oh, that'd be a good thing.
Yeah, that's what I said. I always look forward to that.
You realize right now, I think today the sun will set at something like 5:14.
I know. It's just something else. You know, the days really get short, and then it won't be long. They'll be getting longer, though, and that's what I like.
Yeah.
Is longer days.
It'll be springtime before we know it.
Oh, I know it. It just amazes me how fast time flies. But I'm proud of my Tar Heels.
Yes, looked good last night.
Yeah. I didn't watch it. I wasn't feeling good, and so I went to bed pretty early. But I got up this morning and I turned that TV on to make sure that they won. But I was going to watch it on TV, but like I say, I wasn't feeling good, so I went to bed. But I watched that half of that game the other night and part of the second half, and that was good. That Joel Berry was hitting them 3-pointers like crazy.
Yeah, they didn't hit as many threes last night, but they hit enough that they won.
Yeah, that's all. They won by what, 10 points?
Yeah, 10 points. I think they had like a 14, 15-point lead there, and then made some substitutions there at the end of the game.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's good because those boys need to learn how to get in there and hustle and bustle and get the job done.
Yeah, we lost, a few standouts from last season.
Oh, yeah.
We got some underclassmen who are going to have to come up to the top now.
That's exactly right. They're going to have to stand up to the plate and do it right.
Yep.
But let's see. I've got 50 degrees on the front porch this morning, and birthdays today. I've got Gail Martin. Tomorrow on the 3rd, I've got Brad Walsh, Gene Hancock, Myra Davis, Tyler Bridges, and Jessica Hancock. I don't have anything on Round Hill, so we hope all these people have a great old big day on their special day. And in ways of announcements, Union Mills Presbyterian Church is going to have an Advent Christmas service December 3rd, 5 p.m., music by the Jackson family, and they'll have refreshments after the music and stuff, and everyone's welcome to come out to that. And then we've got Community Christmas Party Thursday, December the 7th at 6 p.m. Union Mills Community House, cover dish meal. Bring a small exchange gift for door prize. This is the time we pack boxes for our seniors and shut-ins. We have 25 boxes to pack. Please bring fruit, candy, wrapped cookies, raisins, peanut butter crackers, and other things that shut-ins would enjoy. You can call 287-7519 or 287-3502 to have them picked up. And then we got a birthday party Tuesday, December the 12th at noon. Special luncheon at Union Mills Community House. Tom Roop is turning 80. No gifts, but please bring a dish to share. We will have a big birthday cake, enough for everyone, and it says we might even make Tom blow out the candles. And other than that, oh no, wait, I got one more. Okay, buffet breakfast at the Gilkey School Community Center, Saturday the 9th. At 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. And adults is $6, kids 6 to 12, 3, 6 and under free. It's all you can eat: sausage, bacon, liver mush, gravy, and all the gravy and biscuits and all the trimmings. Proceeds go to help rebuild the old Gilkey School. And I think that's got me covered. That's all I know of.
You've actually got quite a bit going on.
Oh yeah, we get busy up here every now and then.
Yeah.
That's all right. It keeps us out of trouble.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. According to that sheriff's report, we have enough trouble as it is, don't we?
I cannot believe it. It's sad to me at the holiday season this time of the year that people are still ornery as all get out.
Yeah. They were showing on 13 News last night how, what was it, Cyber Monday and all this and that, and the packages are coming in and people just grabbing them like they follow that FedEx truck and the UPS and all that, and they just grab them and run with them.
Wow.
Yeah. One policeman said that they could send their packages to the police department and pick them up at the police department. I said, that's getting pretty bad, you know?
Yeah. I just can't comprehend it.
Me neither. If I have to steal to have it, I'll just do without it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we were taught differently that if it's not yours, keep your hands off of it.
That's right. What's that song? Got some change in my pocket, keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all I know of going on up here this morning, Jay.
All right, Brenda. I hope you have a good weekend. I'll talk to you again real soon.
Okay, hope you do also. Catch you later.
Okay, thanks, Brenda.
Mm-hmm.
That's Brenda Kelly reporting in this morning from up in Union Mills.
Health insurance is complicated, and with healthcare reform on the way, it's not getting any simpler. If you've got questions, we've got agents. Your local Farm Bureau insurance agent can walk you through the changes and offer you the right healthcare plan with the right benefits for you. Healthcare may be changing, but our superior service isn't. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Infectious diseases spread by pests like malaria, Zika, and Chagas disease are causing a worldwide health crisis. Fortunately, here at home, we don't face the same level of threat, but we shouldn't let our guard down. Mosquito-borne diseases like West Nile virus and Zika are impacting communities across the U.S., and Lyme disease spread by ticks is on the rise. Whether around the world or just around the block, get the facts you need to protect your family at pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
16 minutes now before 8 on the Saturday morning report. We have 52 degrees in Rutherfordton, and we have one more call left to make this morning. Coming up momentarily, we'll head to Ellenboro. It'll be Sweet Thing time as we check in with Luther Gillikin. He is on the way next here on AM 590 WCAB.
Have you heard the 3 big lies about Medicaid eligibility? First, if you need a nursing home, Medicaid will take your house. That's not true. Second, if you transfer assets, you have to wait 60 months to qualify. That's not true. And third, if you're already in a nursing home, it's too late to protect your assets. That's not true. Please call attorneys Gerald N. Willis, Ken Baldwin, or Martin Gerard at the Arledge Law Firm for a free consultation and learn the truth about Medicaid and eligibility and nursing home care in North Carolina. It's more likely than you think that you may qualify and not lose everything you own. Call the Arledge Law Firm today at 287-3338, located on East Court Street in Rutherford. Again, that's 287-3338.
If your skin could talk, would you listen? Stop tanning and protect your skin from melanoma, the second most common cancer in young women 15 to 29 years old. Learn more at spotskincancer.org, a message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Well, what do you say we make the connection to Ellenboro and check in this morning with Sweet Thing Luther Gillikin. Good morning, Luther.
Good morning, you. I hope you're having a good day.
Having a good day and getting ready for a big parade.
Big day tomorrow, 3 o'clock. Grab your lawn chair, come out, sit on the sidewalk, sit on the back of the truck, climb up the tree, sit on the rooftop, wherever we want to be. Watch the parade go by.
Unlike last year, it looks like this year is going to be a good day for it.
Good. Last year it got rained out.
I remember that. It seems like it poured down last year.
Yeah, we had a bad day for parade last year. But I believe tomorrow's going to be a nice day. Be a good crowd. Just come on out and have a good time. Let's see, now they're going to have hot chocolate, coffee, and cookies at the Family Life Center Bethel Church when it's over. Everybody just stop by there and get some refreshments and cookies before they load up and get out and move on. So that's 3 o'clock tomorrow. Everybody's about that. See, it's quiet this morning. Nothing going on down here. Everybody just laid back, having another cup of coffee. Well, some of them may still be in bed. I don't know. But I'm up raring to go. Let's see, part of the had 2 medical calls. Other than that, everything's fine then. But we want to wish happy birthday today. This is Heather Horn Curtis is having one. Mary Conference had one today. And tomorrow, Judy Geddes is having one. And also Tyler Bridges is having one. So I hope these people have a great day and enjoy their day. Okay, you have a great day up there. We'll talk to you next time.
All right, Luther. Have a good weekend.
I'm going to have a great time. You too. Take care.
That's Luther. Sweet Thing Gillikin reporting in this morning from Ellenboro. Don't forget, big Christmas parade, Ellenboro, 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Well, it's time to open up the telephones for next couple of minutes. Entertain birthdays and anniversaries. Today being Saturday, December 2nd. Tomorrow, Sunday, December 3rd. If you or somebody you know is celebrating a birthday or an anniversary this weekend, I'd like to find out about it so that I can broadcast it and let everybody know about it. The names that are called in this morning, we'll select a name at random. That person will win a $5 gift certificate good at the Mi Pueblito Mexican Restaurants. 287-3356, the number to call. 287-3356. Lines are open. I'm ready to take your calls now. Okay, this will be your last chance to call in a birthday or an anniversary this morning. 287-3356, 287-3356. Got about 2 minutes left, so don't delay. Make the call now if you or somebody you know is celebrating a birthday or an anniversary. 2 minutes to go. 287-3356. Today is Saturday, December 2nd, and it is time to take a look at the Gilkey Ruatan calendar. Let's find out who's celebrating this weekend. It looks like Gail Martin has a birthday today, and then celebrating tomorrow up around Gilkey is Brad Walsh, also Gene Hancock, Mara Davis, Tyler Bridges, Jessica Hancock. Those are the names that are on the Gilkey Ruatan calendar. Let's take a look at the names that have been called into the radio station this morning. Celebrated her 83rd birthday yesterday in Forest City. Let's say happy belated birthday to Christine Engel. Also celebrating his 73rd birthday tomorrow, Forest City. Happy birthday to Donnie Harrell. 73, that's what my reaction was this morning. I had no idea that Donnie Earl was now 73. Brenda Hammond is the owner-operator of Spindale Florist, and she is celebrating a birthday today. And tomorrow in Forest City, happy birthday to Raymond Davis. Mr. Davis, happy birthday tomorrow in Forest City. Now momentarily, put all these names into the lucky box over here. Select a name at random. That person will get that $5 gift certificate good at the Mi Pueblito Mexican restaurants. By the way, Gilbert's in the building. You can see him already there on camera. Wave at him there online. We're going to talk taxes starting at 8 o'clock, just a few minutes, right here on WCAB.
We are country at its best with a blend of yesterday's memories. WCAB, Rutherfordton.
Oh, it's time to reach over and find out who's going to win that gift certificate at Mi Pueblito. And I have pulled the name of Donnie Harrell. Donnie, congratulations. Donnie Harrell, the winner of the gift certificate at Mi Pueblito. Donnie will have that here at the radio studios on Whiteside Road. You can stop by the next day or two, pick that up, enjoy that great food at Mi Pueblito. It's time now to join news from the North Carolina News Network. Gilbert Carmona. Gilbert Talks Taxes coming up in a few minutes at 8 o'clock.
scope and an urgent political priority for President Donald Trump and the GOP. The vote was 51 to 49, largely along party lines. Not a single Democrat voted in favor of the legislation, which was crafted behind closed doors by Senate Republican leaders. Another victim is adding his name to the list of people whose vehicles were damaged by projectiles while driving around Asheville. Ashley Wilson is the 8th person to file a report claiming an object hit their vehicle while driving since September 24th. He tells WLOS News.
I don't know why anybody would do anything like that, shooting at cars. I mean, come on. Like I said, dumb. Just dumb.
He said his incident occurred at 1 p.m. November 13th. He was driving on Interstate 240 near the I-40 split when he saw someone standing behind the guardrail on the eastbound side holding what he thinks was a pellet gun. The Onslow County Sheriff's Office and the FBI announced early Saturday that an arrest has been made in connection with the disappearance of 3-year-old Mariah Woods. Earl Kimry, 32, was taken into custody by investigators at the Onslow County Sheriff's Office on Friday. The little girl is believed to be dead. You're listening to NCN News.
Okay, so tell me if this sounds like you at work. You find yourself bored by daily tasks. You can't focus during meetings. Your mind wanders constantly. You feel like you're stuck going through the same motions every day. Don't let that boredom take over your life. Next time you're spending your afternoon scrolling through Facebook, come on over and window shop on ncjobsnow.com. You might just find the new challenge you never knew you were looking for. It's waiting for you now at ncjobsnow.com. Don't let that boredom take over your life.
Add some power to your Christmas list this year. Right now, legendary fuel-powered steel chainsaws start at $179.95. And steel battery-powered blowers start at just $129.95. Deck your halls with power. Put a steel under your tree. Fuel or battery, find the steel power that's right for you. Search STIHL or find a dealer at steeldealers.com. All prices MSRP at participating dealers.
76 years after the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, progress in DNA identification is enabling families to finally recover the remains of sailors and Marines. CBS News reporter Lucy Kraft has the story.
Next to the USS Arizona, the worst Pearl Harbor casualties were aboard the USS Oklahoma. Most of its 429 crew were never identified. But now, using dental records and DNA samples, the Defense Department aims to identify 80% of those classified as missing within the next few years.
The expert who federal judges asked to redraw some North Carolina House and Senate district lines rejects Republican arguments that he set race-based population targets within new boundaries. The special master released his final recommendations Friday on a handful of districts he was asked to redo. He says he focused on race-neutral criteria like compactness and minimizing the splitting of precincts. The judges will meet next month before deciding whether to adopt the expert's plan. State Commissioner of Labor Sherry Berry says drug testing can be a valuable workplace tool. She says it provides peace of mind.
Drug testing for employment is very important because when you think about people involved in drugs and...
All you ever need in news, weather, sports, and the best blend of the oldies is right here on the mighty 590 WCAB.
Good morning, everybody. That was the International Morse Code Signal, and that marks the beginning of my program, the unexpected beginning of my program. This is live radio at its best, community radio at its best. It doesn't get better than this. I am Gilbert Carmona. This is Gilbert Talks Taxes, and my 2-minute cue turned into a 15-second cue. Good morning, everybody, right here, WCAB 590 AM. Those of you live streaming who have actually been watching me live streaming for the last 15 minutes, you watched me getting set up here on www.wcab59.com. Good morning. This is Gilbert Talks Taxes. I am Gilbert Carmona. I am an enrolled agent. An enrolled agent is a person licensed by the Internal Revenue Service, Department of the Treasury, to represent you, the taxpayer. We are considered in the industry as tax experts. Enrolled agents, along with CPAs and tax attorneys, are the only 3 categories of people that can help you in representation before audits, appeals, and all kinds of nastiness you may have going on with the IRS, as well as your state. Technically, I'm supposed to be a tax expert. I also do business consulting. I do financial planning. We do a lot of different things. Accounting, we're full service accountants. If you need me, you can call me at 828-289-9300. I have an office right here at 113 Whitesides Road in Rutherfordton. I have another office in Tryon in Polk County, the beautiful Art Deco building at 226 South Trade Street, right off the historic downtown. Last week we had a great program. We had so many phone calls. I couldn't answer all the questions on the air. I was able to get back to some of you and answer your questions. Others called during the week, and it's that time of the year. It is hard to believe. It is that time of the year. They haven't announced the official, because several things happen here. Of course, December 31st is the end of the year. So you're supposed to do all your business doings and wrap them up in a tidy little package. So this is the time of the year when I get phone calls and we have meetings. Next week, I actually have a pretty full calendar of where people that are coming in, mostly business owners, self-employed people. They want to get a kind of a feel for where they're at with their business. You know, the question is always, I don't want to pay taxes. Nobody has yet, in my 16 years, nobody has yet walked into my office and said, Gilbert, I don't think I'm paying enough taxes. Really, I've made all this money. How can I give the government more? That is yet to happen. And if it does, believe me, I will let everybody know. It has yet to happen. Everybody comes in and say, what can I? And of course, it's always, what can I legally do? What's in the tax law? So I'm going to get to tax reform here in a minute. What can we do? A lot of it is businesses will make year-end spending decisions. Do we buy that truck we've been talking about? Do we buy that machine? Do we buy those tools? Do we put money in a retirement plan? Do we start funding an employee retirement plan? Do we, whatever, you know, do we do that deferred maintenance project that we've been waiting on? You know, the roof, it's not leaking yet, but boy, there's some spots that look bad. And it's a 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, who knows, $100,000 investment. I had somebody in the other day, we're talking about a potentially multi-million-dollar purchase. What's the tax implication of this purchase if I do it before the end of the year versus if I wait till next year? So, you know, we can employ advanced depreciation strategies. There's a lot of things we can do. But one thing that I want to remind everybody, just because you spent the money doesn't mean that you can legally write it off. There's three things that happen. So you commit to buy that HVAC and you put it on the books. Well, great. So you've got a building, one of these commercial buildings that you may be rehabbing a lot. There's a lot of that going on right now in this county. As most of you noticed, the old National Textiles building, the old Sara Lee building, is going to be a mill again. Well, it is a mill again. They haven't ramped up to full production yet, but they're getting there. And those boys have spent a lot of money on that building. So you've got a commercial building, you're going to spend 50, 60, whatever. You've got a rental property, you're going to spend $5,000. Put in a new HVAC unit or carpet or whatever. What happens is you can't really write it off until you actually put that unit into service. Committing to just spending the money is not enough. Now, for some things it is. If you're practicing accrual accounting, for some things, going ahead and buying it does count. For other things, it actually has to be installed and up and running by December 31st for it to really count as a write-off. So, and I'm just putting that out there. You know, we're there. I mean, today is December 2nd. What happened in 2017? I was here a year ago talking about Trump winning the election, and it feels like it was yesterday. They're talking about we're coming up on the president's 1 year. I'm like, hey, wait, he hasn't been president for a year. Yes, he has. It's really something. It's gone by pretty quick. So just be aware of that. And you know, this year the schedule is kind of a little weird. The holidays are going to fall on Mondays. So you know that means we've got 4-day weekends because nobody's going to work from Friday to Tuesday. So, and some of those are going to turn into 5-day weekends. Some of those are going to turn into week-long vacations for people. So the calendars are very important. But it's that time of the year. We're also doing a lot of 1099 planning. If you are a contractor and you have subcontractors that you're going to give 1099s to, now is the time to get hold of that. Don't wait till the middle of January, because let me tell you, I tell everybody, get the W-9. The W-9 is a form that I need so I can issue somebody a 1099. Get that W-9 the very first paycheck you give that person. Now, the law says you don't have to give a subcontractor a 1099 until they've made over $600. This goes back to the old days of hiring rural help, when you would hire seasonal people that would come and work in the fields, and $600 was a lot of money. Today, $600 is a couple of days of work for some of these subcontractors. It's a day's work for some of these subcontractors, especially if they're providing their own equipment, their own tools. You could be paying these guys $750 to $1,000 a day. I see it all the time. So the very first day you get that guy, before you give him that first check, tell him, by the way, Carl Carpenter, I need this little form filled out. It's just, all he's got to put on there is his name, his address, and his social security number or his EIN number if he has one. Many of these guys do. They've been doing this for a while. They know. And they know. They go, oh, what's that? No, they know. If they've been doing this for more than a few years, they know. So they give you that W-9. Some businesses, when you contract with them, they mail you the W-9. They know. They've been around this. Because what happens is, now here's poor old Gilbert and his staff, Christy and Allison and Amanda, we're all working 16-hour days. Now we've got to chase these subcontractors down. And you haven't lived until you've tried to find a subcontractor January 30th to tell him he's going to get a 1099 for $20,000. And by the way, I need your social security number. Yeah, all of a sudden you can't find them. And what happens is, you, as the contractor, in an audit, now you can still put it on your tax return, hey, I paid Carl Carpenter $10,000. I did not give him a 1099 because I couldn't find him. That's not their problem, that's your problem. That's what they'll say, number one. Number two, there's a $50 fine for not giving him the 1099. And there's talk about raising that. I haven't heard that it's gone up, but they've said it's not enough of an incentive. They wanted to raise that to $255 or $500. I don't know if it's happened yet. It's hard to tell what's gone into law yet with all this stuff that's going on, but they wanted to raise that. But right now it's a $50 fine, and they'll say if you can't prove, which is why I always tell people, write checks. Write checks. Do not give these subcontractors cash. And I know some of them need cash, and day labor especially. If you have somebody that's working for just half a day, that you paid them $50 and you feel bad, you just go ahead and pay them cash. Well, if they've worked for you 10 days, it's not $500. And you're talking about real money. I've seen that happen. They've sat at my desk and I said, okay, what about this subcontractor, Betty, who cleans your houses after you remodel them? Oh, Betty, she just works every now and then. Well, I've got checks here for Betty for $2,500. What? $2,500? No, there's no way I gave her $2,500. She just cleaned a few homes here and there. Well, what's a few homes? Oh, 20. And how much do you pay her every home? About $125. Okay, that's $2,500. Yes, let's do the math. And it happens to a lot of people, and you don't realize it. At the end of the year, you've got these people that you've given them a lot of money. The IRS could potentially turn around and say, you're on the hook for that money. Okay, I've seen it happen. They will turn around and say, you are liable. Now, at least if you wrote them a check, we can at least go back and at least we know that there was a Betty and that you did for some reason pay her this money. So you can argue that with an auditor. And most auditors are reasonable. But if you have a history of doing this, it's going to be a problem. It really is. The other thing, this at the end of the year now that we're coming on this last month, if you're thinking, if you're an employer now, I'm talking to small business people out there right now, if you're thinking about funding any kind of a SEP or simple plan, There are some windows, some just closed, some haven't closed yet. You have some timelines. You have to establish that you, in fact, do want to do a program, and we need to get the paperwork going before the end of the year. You actually don't have to fund it till you can actually go into next year, but the paperwork's got to be done. So several things, the window closed end of October. There's still some things you can do. If you're self-employed, or even if you just have a regular payroll job and you want to open up an IRA, remember you can open and fund, or if you already have one, you can just fund IRAs till April 15th or whatever the last filing date for your tax return is. If it falls on a weekend, it's the following Monday. So you have till then to fund it. And for 2018, well, in April of 2018, to get the credit, to get the tax deduction, it's really not a credit. It's a deduction of income. What happens is you put $5,000, $5,500 if you're under 50, $6,500 if you're over 50, and that is each. So if you're married filing jointly, that's per one for the husband, one for the wife. You can put it in an IRA, and it reduces your taxable income by that amount of money. For the average person, and I say this is the average person, it can mean as much as a 33% reduction of taxes owed. It can. 33% of that $55,000. So, $1,500, $2,000, $2,600, it just depends. Reduction, because it reduces your taxable income. And the money's sitting there in an IRA, which is hopefully, the IRAs I do for people, I put in mutual funds. I usually fund them with mutual funds. An IRA is really like a house. It's a house. What do you put in it? You can fund your IRA with a lot of things. Lately, a lot of people have been doing this gold and silver, funding their IRAs with gold and silver. I'm not a big fan of that. That's a personal opinion. I'm not giving tax advice right now. I'm not giving financial advice right now. It's an individual one-on-one conversation that we need to have. But I'm a big fan of mutual funds, and that's just what I recommend to most people that when we're sitting down across the table. So we have this conversation, and we decide what you're going to put in your IRA. But you have till April 15th of next year to do that. So keep that on your radar, because for a lot of people, coming up with $5,500 isn't easy, Jay. They're not like you. They can just write a check and say, go. What? Don't give me that. So, yeah, well, we'll talk about that later. Now, I want to say that let's go ahead and take a break. Those of you that can see us live here can see Jay is as red as his shirt right now. I am going to. Have you been over to Jesse James Railroad Express yet? You've not been there? You got to go there. You got to go there. He's got donuts. He's got coffee. What else do you need? Coffee and donuts. I'm going to go there right after the program. Oh, yes, 9 o'clock. I'm going to go over there. Well, give me about 10 minutes to wrap up here. I'm going to go over to the program. I'm going to go over there, have coffee and donuts with Jesse. If you have any questions, come by, say hi. Let's go ahead and take a break. This is Gilbert Talks Taxes right here, WCAB 590 AM. It's official. I'm celebrating another year of looking fabulous, all because of RSL Salon. Whether it's a hairstyle, a manicure, or a pedicure, call Robin at 289-9110 because everyone deserves to look fabulous. That's 289-9110. I want to tell you about a little-known Rutherford County gem, Integrity Marble and Granite, located at 287 Shiloh Road in Forest City. They are the premier stone fabrication company in the western North Carolina region. They specialize in granite, marble, and natural stone, offering complete design and installation. Their design center and Kohler showroom features vanities, decorative accessories, bathroom, and kitchen fixtures. You do not have to go to Charlotte or Asheville for this kind of quality. We have it right here in Forest City. Stop in their showroom and browse their beautiful displays, or you can call 828-247-8801 for a free quote. You can also go to their website, www.integrity-marble.com. www.integritymarblegranite.com and look at the pictures and see samples of their available materials. Now, mention you heard it on Gilbert Talks Taxes, and they will give you $100 off any sink purchase. That's Integrity Marble and Granite. We are back. This is Gilbert Talks Taxes, WCAB 590 AM. It's 52 degrees outside this second day of December 2017. It's supposed to be, they said it was going to be cooler today than yesterday. It was beautiful yesterday. It's absolutely beautiful. Those of you watching us live stream, www.wcab59.com, and Northland Cable subscribers. I haven't forgotten about you. Northland Cable, Channel 5 subscribers. A lot of my people out in Polk County that can't get the signal here very well, they do listen to us on Northland Cable, Channel 5. And they love the program. Let me say this. Let me say this about that. This morning, the news, everybody woke up this morning and was elated to hear, I'm sure, that our Congress, wait, it was the Congress, it was the House, it was the Senate, sorry, thank you. It was the Senate, it's got to go to the House. Okay, so our Senate passed a tax bill. Oh, yay. I deliberately avoid this subject because right now it's nothing but media hype. That's all it is. Because when I'm sitting there with you doing tax planning, I can only rely on what's law, not what if. I'm in the middle right now of several estate plans where we're talking some long-term planning, people that want to set up a will, want to set up a trust. And right now, the inheritance, we do have a federal inheritance tax. It's $5.2 million. And most people say, well, I'll never have that to worry about. And I've said this before on the radio. You'll be surprised. You can get up to a couple of million pretty quick when you consider all assets. People don't realize. I've heard, those of you that have heard me for years, I've told the Uncle Marvin story. Nobody knew Uncle Marvin had any money. When Uncle Marvin died, he had $1.2 million. Uncle Marvin worked at a mill his whole life, never spent any money, saved it, put it away, I can't remember. The story changes every time because I've met so many Uncle Marvins over the years. Somebody told me there's even an Uncle Marvin Lane up in Bostic somewhere that's actually named after an Uncle Marvin. Somebody told me, I got to tell you about my Uncle Marvin. He left us so much money, we named the street after him. I said, really? So Uncle Marvin dies and leaves, 1.2, 1.5, 1.6 million. I've seen as high as 2.5 million from somebody that nobody thought had any money. They're like, oh, she was a sweet little old lady, and we'd go over there and have cookies at her house. Well, I loved my grandma. Then I got a letter from the attorney that she left me $500,000. The one man said, I wish I'd known Uncle Marvin had money. I would have been nicer to him. But, so 5.2 million, and you think, oh, that's out there. Our president wants to raise it to 10 million, and certain members of Congress want to lower it to 1 million. So until it's in writing and I'm looking at law in front of me, it's nothing but a commercial on the TV, because that's really all it is. They want you to know, their constituents, that they're there in Washington working, which who's ever going to believe that? But that's what they want you to think, that's what they want you to believe, and they're there, so they want to get in front of the camera and tell you every good thing that they're doing. And this law passed pretty much along party lines, which it's the law's got some good stuff in it. It's got some stuff I don't agree with. It's got some good stuff in it, but it's really not tax reform. It's really not true tax reform. We've just lowered some brackets and raised some brackets and moved we moved the P under the nuts, here and there. But it's not true reform. We really need a true overhaul of our tax code. When we get that, I'll be excited. Until we get that, the lady from QuickBooks, I forget her position, I want to say she's CEO of development or something. And she's very high up, Intuit, which makes QuickBooks. They got her on the news, and they were trying to get her to say something either for or against it. And she said, we write software based on law. Show me law, and I'll show you my software. And that's what that's how I've got to be right now. So I would not change a thing. Those of you that are that plan with me, my clients out there, I'm not changing a thing. Those of you that are thinking about calling me, I'm going to go with what we have now. Now, when we get some law, you're going to get an earful from me about what I think of it. But until then, there's nothing. We downloaded our software for 2018. We've already got appointments for 2018. Our first appointment for February of 2018. So it's happening. It's moving, and it's moving pretty quick. They haven't announced the first day to e-file yet. Typically, it's around the 20th of January, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, whatever. Usually it falls on a Tuesday, Monday at midnight or Tuesday. That means that the computers of the IRS officially start accepting tax returns. And I don't care, a lot of these tax prep places advertise early file. You can file now. It doesn't mean a thing. All it does, I've got the software. We can actually start filing tax returns. All that happens is it sits on a server somewhere until the IRS opens the gates and starts actually processing them. Nothing's going to happen. They have not announced yet. Is that a question for me? They have not announced yet if they are, because that's the other big question I'm getting from everybody. Oh, yeah, saw this question. I knew this question was going to come. I'll get to it in a minute. They have not, I knew it was going to come someday today. Somebody was going to ask me this question. They have not announced yet if they are going to delay refunds that have earned income tax credit or child tax credit. Several people asked me that this week. Last year they delayed them till February 28th. They have not made that announcement. This is my answer to people that are asking me this question. I would plan on it. In other words, so in prior years, you spend all your money before you get your refund. That's basically what happens. They run into my office with their W-2s, because it is illegal, by the way. And I know some tax preparers do it, but it is illegal. And you, as the taxpayer, are the one that gets in trouble for doing it. It is illegal to file your tax return using your last pay stub. Okay? I say illegal. There's a fine for doing it. It's against code. I mean, yeah, you're not going to go to tax prison for it, but it's serious. It's serious for the tax preparer that did it. If the tax preparer is a professional, they know not to do it. I've heard they do it anyway, but I can't prove it. But I've heard they do. You've got to have that W-2. It's just the law. So people come in now. I can do tax planning based on your last check stub. I can tell you that based on this check stub, this is going to be your refund, or this is how much you're going to owe, but I'm not filing a tax return with it. So you get that W-2. The law says your employer has to have it to you in the mail. Doesn't mean you physically get it, but in the mail by January 31st. So with computers now, most people get it early, middle of January. So you come running in, waving that W-2. Let's get this tax return done. We go ahead and file it, and then 7 to 14 days you get a refund. Okay. If that refund is because of child tax credit or earned income tax credit, your refund will be held till February 28th. Well, they process it February 15th, but it's 2 weeks till you actually get it. 7 to 14 days till you get it, so the end of February. The reason is they're scrutinizing those for ID theft and fraudulent tax returns. They did it last year for the first time, and they're very happy with the results. They're claiming, and of course this is all estimates, but they're claiming that fraud was down, fraudulent refunds are down. They saved a lot of money, and that's the bottom line. They saved a lot of money. Now, Hawaii, Alabama, Missouri, Oklahoma, many states are also doing that. Hawaii just has a blanket thing, 16 weeks. You don't get your refund for 16 weeks. I actually had a person that worked in Hawaii as a government contractor, so I had to do a Hawaii tax return in North Carolina, I know. And 16 weeks, they verified all the data, made sure it was right. I think we're just going to see more of that. So what I've been telling people is do not spend your refund. You just don't know what's going to happen. There is a congressman who wanted all refunds to be delayed 3 months. Oh yeah, he wanted a 90-day window. He wanted all tax returns scrutinized. Another congressman said, let's do 6 months. So you file it in April, you won't get your refund until October. And you got to understand why. We're talking about hundreds. I mean, it's not millions anymore. It's tens and hundreds of billions. That money coming in, refunds going out. It's a huge amount of money. So they're just trying. The fraud is unbelievable. I've been saying it for years. The biggest challenge the IRS is going to have is not all this how to collect more taxes and all this. It's ID theft and how to protect your ID and how to stop fraudulent. So the question is, my favorite subject, is Obamacare still the law of the land for 2017 taxes? Yes, it is. And it doesn't appear that anywhere on the horizon we are going to have any kind of a mercy, I don't know the way to say it, on this. Last year, there is something about it in this law that got passed this morning. I haven't even seen the news this morning. I was so busy getting ready for this program. Jay, I get up and lay down thinking about taxes. Okay, that's the difference between me and other preparers, okay? So, but I haven't even looked at it because, like I said, until the House passes something and and it's sitting on the president's desk and he's got that pen of his out and he's signing it, until then you've got nothing. It's all talk. So is Obamacare still the law of the land? Yes. As of today it is. If you did not have insurance in 2017, you're going to pay a penalty. Now, last year, maximum penalty is $2,095. Last year, President Trump put we call it the button. He put the button in the tax return. It was actually in my software. It was a button, and I'm supposed to tell you, and I'm supposed to ask you, which I did. I asked you, all of you that came to me, that did not have insurance. I can push this button, and you basically legally what you're saying is I'm not going to tell the IRS whether I had insurance or not. I'm making no declaration. And I'm supposed to inform you that the IRS could at a later date come back and come after that money. Okay? It looks like the IRS is not going to come after that money for people that push the button. I don't know. They could. They have 3 years. So 1 year down, 2 to go. They have 3 years to come back and come after that money according to statute of limitations. Technically, you do owe it. Legally, you do owe it. But they put this in. And this same button was in the software the first year. And they said the same thing. And I know people that pushed the button the first year. And the IRS has never come back to them. And that the 3 years on that is up. So that is statute of limitations is gone on that. Now, you can get an exemption. Those of you that death of a family member that impacted you economically, there's a whole list of exemptions that you can apply for. Please do it before the end of the year. Do not wait to get an exemption in the middle of tax season. It's not the time to do it. You get it now. They give them pretty quick. You're going to get a yes or a no. You have to fill out an application. You go to healthcare.gov and you request an exemption. It's pretty simple to do. It's all right there. You fill out the form, you mail the form in, and you'll get a number. You get a letter with a number. You bring me that, and I put it into the software, and you get an exemption. and you're exempted, you've got a reason for not having it. And unfortunately, I didn't want it is not a good enough reason. It should be, but it's not. So right now, we got to still plan on it. Let's go ahead and take our second break, and when I come back, we're going to get back into, I know everybody's excited about this, we're going to talk about that Fresh Start Initiative. IRS Fresh Start Initiative. This is Gilbert Talks Taxes, WCAB 590 AM. This is Gilbert. If you owe the IRS past due taxes, don't call those toll-free national numbers. Local, affordable help is right here in Rutherford County. Stop garnishments, levies, and liens. Call Gilbert Carmona at 828-289-9300. All initial consultations are free. Call Gilbert, 828-289-9300. We're back. That was a short break. That break is good for me. It just, so after the program, I am going to go have coffee and donuts over at Jesse James Railroad Express. Where is it, Jay, you're asking me? It's at 531 Railroad Avenue, right here in Rutherfordton, right? Literally across the street. We could all just walk there. We're going to go there. He's got donuts. He's got that pea berry coffee that I like. Now, I'm a green tea drinker. I don't drink that much coffee. I like coffee. I don't drink that much of it, but when I do drink it, I like that pea berry. That's some nice stuff. And he's got Davis Donuts there, along with everything else he does. But no, it's going to be coffee and donuts for me this morning. And if you want to stop by and ask me a tax question, well, everybody that sees me anywhere asks me a tax question, okay? So if you see me there, stop on by. Christy, you going to join me? Yes. Christy's joining me too for coffee and donuts. We're going to be there. That's great. We might end up up on the patio if enough people show up. So we're gonna oh, I love that place. He's got that little outside patio there. Oh, it's so nice. So Jesse James Railroad Express. Now he's an advertiser here. Yes, I just found that out. And he loves WCAB. He has it on in there. So we are gonna stop there. So come by and say hi. Okay, so my wife Christy just handed me the phone, and she pulled up what it says about the law. So I do want to read this. Again, I'm not all about the law, but it does say in this version of the law that got passed this morning, it repeals the individual mandate from the Affordable Care Act, a major change that was added in recent weeks. And see, there you get back to what I'm saying. This stuff changes day to day. Okay, in recent weeks, as part of a broader GOP effort to dismantle the Obama-era law. Well, it's just a bad law that needs to be dismantled. Insurance prices have gone through the roof. I mean, what's it going to take for them to see it? Oh, but now we have a couple of 100,000 more insured people. And that's literally what it's boiled down to. A handful of people are now insured. The individual mandate creates penalties for many Americans who don't have health insurance, but the repeal would leave 13 million more people uninsured. I don't believe that. I just don't believe that. I've tried to have that 13 million. They say it in the news every day, like it's a fact. I would like to know where that number came from. Because, I mean, I always say this, Hillary was going to win by 20. Okay, I want to know who did the numbers. Who did these numbers? Because I'm hearing that it's the, other people say no, it's the opposite. It'll bring prices down, it'll make it more affordable, and people can get insurance. Yeah, 13 million people will be affected because they can't afford it at these current prices. Let's get the prices back down. And nobody wants to do the simple thing of letting insurers go across state lines. Just do that, and the price of it will go down. But